Hey, hey, everybody. We're back. Back. We are playing Control. The excellent game by Remedy Entertainment, who have, amongst other things, are responsible for such games as Max Payne, another really good game. Sorry, got distracted there for just a minute. Yeah, the Remedy Entertainment, they're behind the game Max Payne 1 and 2, I believe. I don't remember if they were involved with Max Payne 4, 3, but this is old news. Many of you, most people have already played this game, I think, who have any inclination to do it. But it is a damn good game, and it's really something special. At least I think. Has some things going for it that's not done as. I think it captures a certain something that just isn't captured in other games that are. The obvious exception would probably be Alan Wake, I think, because that is also a fantastic game, or at least it was when I played it, but it was a long time ago now. Um, yeah. So there's that. We are looking to. You're looking to play a bit of Control. And this game came out in, I think, 2019, actually. It's fairly old at this point. But it has some interesting things to offer that we just don't find anywhere else. And I think most of it has to do with its writing, because it had some absolutely brilliant writing. And this is the first time I've played this in a while, so you may have to bear with me. I'm going to start from the beginning, because I've more or less sort of lost track of what I was doing. Oh shit, sorry. What I was doing. So that's okay. Let's see. Let's go for a new game. This will overwrite all your previous progress. I have gotten pretty far in the game before, but you're right. You're seeing it here, live folks. I'm killing this. I'm starting over. It'll be great. Really looking forward to it. In fact, it's sort of a game I come back to
Fair
many times,
warning.
but I was thinking about actually
This is gonna.
just doing it this time. Sorry, beg pardon. I'm trying to move it so I'm not horribly annoying to. Let's see.
Be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room, and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful, are terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster.
Creepy.
And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw.
Yeah. Fair.
I'm here. Why did you bring me here?
It's not
Hello? Anyone here?
clear. So, if you're wondering why I'm fucking around with this, I'm I am attempting to just secure that the game audio is being picked up properly. I don't know why I'm worried about that, because that's usually not a problem I have, but check. So I sincerely hope you can hear the game audio, because I won't be able to tell. Actually, I could tell. Actually, I could tell.
Nothing.
Yeah, I think we're good vis-a-vis the game audio. Excellent. So this may just eventually turn into a let's play. WASD to move. Yeah, I got that. Good. Not our first collectible. There are a bunch of collectible items in this game that are probably accessible to us somehow there. Reminder, certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issued reminder on prohibited materials. Unauthorized weapons. Well, that seems reasonable. Pagers, laptops, smart watches, smart phones, smart gaming devices, anything smart, and number 2, pencils. Any object considered iconic representations of an archetypal concept, e.g., for example, rubber ducks or ketchup bottles. All material under Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. It's kind of getting Twin Peaks vibes straight off the bat. Not that strange, perhaps. But... Internal lockdown in effect. Building lockdown in effect. Well, it didn't seem lockdown. It did go inside. Sort of a surveillance redacted data center initiative, construction redacted. Office equipment, janitorial costs redacted, mold removal, HQ livability costs. Okay, so there's a lot of redacted. There's a lot of things that they can't discuss.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Oh, cool. This is a pneumatic postal system. I've never seen it. I have seen them in games, obviously, but it's one of those things. It's sort of weird. Head of research, Dr. Casper Darling. Back to some dude. Our bureau at work. A hardworking member of the staff. Director, Zachariah Trench. Ready? I had to reply to a message. There we go. Kind of bummed about the sort of hipster. We can turn off film grain because no.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
This is a very sort of security. Redacted. A shark in his redacted, although secure redacted. Permission to redacted following basic protocol redacted. Shoot to kill. Redacted. Good luck. Super informative. Guess it's not supposed to be. But... You know, for us as a viewer. Oh.
Hello? Hey, excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant.
They're giving you
You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, niin Johan on helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
Well, okay. So basically, speaking. Wait a minute. You're just here. Just need deeper into. Huh? Oh. Just came out of. We were supposed to take.
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help? Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
Well. Turn the lockdown. Reminder: drafting any public-facing material. While pending any notification of death related to the Willow AWE, please adhere to the following guidelines. Words, phrases to use in service of his and her country. Regret, proud, pride will be remembered. Words and phrases to avoid: Alaska, scissors, blood, bleed, loss, apologies, sorry. Yeah, never apologize, obviously. French, do not disturb. Barbara, I am not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day. For the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Trench. And I think that's the, if you recall the painting that we saw.
Shit. Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
It's a good idea.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
That is. And I love it. Aesthetic is very different. Pretty amazing.
The same gun.
Control the devil.
Okay, now I have a gun.
So creepy. That's so awesome. Right? Yeah, I kind of feel sort of great sound. I figures feel like a gun in the conventional sense. Enemies drop health elements when damage clicked.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
I don't know about this one.
You can't let this happen. 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 happen! You can't let this happen. You stopped it. You... Oh, thank you. That was... horror.
Whatever happened? His guards. Bureau has many internal security personnel. The Hiss was quick to take advantage of it. Okay, so we're doing a sort of a third-person omniscient here. It's telling us things. The the game is telling us about things that we, as the player, nor the actual character, could have any idea about. Like, we don't know what the Hiss is yet. Guards uses a standard issue bullpup rifles they carried prior to corruption, while the armored guards carried pump-action shotguns. They have no observed paranatural abilities, with the exception of certain Hiss guards that are protected by shielding of dense Hiss resonance, capable of stopping bullets. Is the shielding a result of prolonged Hiss corruption? Does the Hiss mature in organic hosts over time? More data is needed. Did the Hiss target individuals with combat training? Does the Hiss have that level of cognizance? Does it utilize hosts for tasks they are best suited to? Combat-trained hosts are reserved for combat. These are all questions for later. Though it is obvious that corrupted individuals retain knowledge on how to use their weapons, refer to redacted file for full report. Okay. And somehow we just had our... Yeah. This we will get to. We will get to this sooner rather than later. A big part of the game is heading into it.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guidance. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
executive meeting minutes. Agenda items for next executive meeting. Rising costs of AWE response. Update on mold eradication efforts. That seems like a very sort of pedestrian, normal office kind of deal. Upcoming annual salary review. New supplier of coffee filters to be found embedded. Yes, of course, you need insane amounts of stupid bureaucracy to get anything done. Please come prepared. Thank you. doing. So people are just.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention.
Yeah, so basically, this will come up when we. Very versatile. You're just checking this. Basically oh, it's a case file for a gun. Service weapon. The object's form is variable. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to redact it. This object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of redacted. The object will determine whether redacted. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. This process is dictated by the redacted, though their criteria is unknown. The object was discovered inside the oldest house in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis redacted many forms throughout history redacted. Mjolnir, Excalibur, Varanastra, all weapons that redacted of their wielders. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. If this is the case, redacted. Synchronicity restricted. Let's work hard. Maybe like a security guard? Delays caused by house shifts do not count towards overtime. Acoustic guitar is for sale. Turns out it's pretty hard. Marshall's eyes only. Marshall, we just checked out the suspected AWE in Duluth. It wasn't anything, just like the house fire before this, and the malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find a better way to sort the fake AWEs from the real things. We're going to need to rotate these field agents off for a bit. Anyway, we're en route to Sherman Ranch, next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. Oh, is this from the manager's desk? Awesome. But we will.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Well, let's go. Visitor evaluations. How to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. Start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of an effort to strengthen government relations. We are proud to serve the United States and her people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. If they do not leave, then ask them these questions. Are you here to see somebody? Are you from New York City? We're just visiting. How did you find this place? That's the important question. If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and they need to leave. If their answers seem redacted, escort them to a private room. There, perform the Gunnash psychological assessment. If the responses are within acceptable range of deviance, then redact it immediately. Remember, there is no such thing as too suspicious. That's what I expected. Yeah,
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it. Holy shit! You did it! We did it!
Hello? Can you hear me? Are you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane?
Sure. You know? Have a look here. I think we got our first weapon mod. Though it's for So the gun has various grips, various modes of shooting. Basically, you can have it fire like a shotgun, fire like a sniper rifle. But there's a bunch of different stuff. Exclusive to shoot.
Please, talk to me. We saw you deal with the...
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie? Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this...
Hiss?
that works? Somehow the Hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah,
I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
the service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if...
I need to take a short intermission. Little. Like 10 minutes tops. Then, so let's resume. Sensitive.
That's possible. Our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out. It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Jesse,
Yeah, that-
over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it. Listen. The Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time. That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench. The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the Director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the Director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there. Good luck, Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
Thanks, Emily.
The hotline should be in the communications department.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily. You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door. Okay. This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this? Got it. Thanks.
Complicated beyond belief. Like insane complicated. Well,
So HRA stop you from becoming Hiss.
Well, it seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one, it seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
Enter the communications department. Let's scour the So the question is, can I just go? Canister. Executive level restroom has been missing for weeks now. Weird special. The weird specially. Building that's been shifted. This house imposes certain limitations on our bureau, but by far the most restrictive is the inability to use certain technological instruments. The oldest house does not allow devices that receive or emit any radio signal. Radio waves are the only transmittable signals in the oldest house, and even those are often reliable. If the power of collective unconscious is taken into account, it would be that certain pieces of technology are too new in the cultural revoked for the oldest house to revoke them. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles for altered status. Technology may be moving too fast at a pace for the revoke to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Redacted agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in their pockets while entering the oldest house. Yeah, it's messed up. That's why most of the stuff they have here is that we Yep.
There it is again. A welcome message.
I would very much like to know. Oh, nice. This is the first one we can actually equip. Very good.
overpowering here. You don't want me anywhere near it. With you on that.
Oh shit. An auditory event occurred at the United States Embassy in Havana, injuring the majority of diplomatic staff stationed there. Redacted deaths were reported, and the outgoing information has been managed. Bureau agents arrived at the embassy on the same day as the event was reported through federal channels, but were too late to witness the AWE, which was reported to have been redacted. Staff experienced sudden intense vibration and noise accompanied by intense pressure in the ears. This lasted for redacted minutes. No visual phenomena was witnessed, the scene was cordoned off, and the embassy staff were transported to the continental US. After Formula I-9 was recited in the vicinity, a single cowboy boot began to vibrate, identifying it as an altered item. That seems like they're invoking or performing a ritual. This resonance field is a physical impediment that is difficult to define. Hiss barriers appears as ways to impede escape or access by Bureau personnel. Two methods have been discovered for lowering them. Destroy the multiple concentrated resonance sources found in the vicinity, or two, destroy the hiss entities in the area. These resonance fields seem to require support for their size and density from other non-connected sources of hiss resonance. Without the ability to draw from these sources, the barrier will fall. Due to recent fluctuations. Internal charge. Internal. According to being I had a dream and I built the thing I saw in my dream. A machine that will contain God, but not the God you know or the one anyone knows. A new God. This machine will be his body, his heart, and his mind, and I made it just like the dream showed me. I used the motor from the refrigerator and the coils from my toaster and the fans, plus the timing belt from my car's engine and the wheels from my son's skateboard. God can't move yet, but the dream said he would learn on his own. This is just a beginner's body, like a baby's, but a machine instead. God only needs a place to start. If you want to interview me, please contact me at the address on the envelope. My phone does not work anymore. I had Okay. So I don't know how they're dead letters, but I think dead letters are like what the post office would call letters that were undeliverable or something. Bastards have armor though. Yeah, that's quite stuff. That's time for sources. That is a singing fish. Mr. Governor, I called the police, but they never came to my house. I got a problem, and you got to send folk to fix it. I got my wife one of those singing fish on the walls. It's not a real fish. It sings when you hit a button, but it's got the devil in it. Flies around at night and sings devil songs. It says a lot of cuss words. The devil got out of my house because of the fish, and you got to come handle it. My wife is real upset. When can you come? Sincerely, Dwayne Barr. Yeah, just like people. These are obviously sensors. These departments. Trench, dead letter. Greetings, Director Trench. I'd like to thank you for approving my request for the Dead Letters Archive. Cataloging the Bureau's collection of delinquent mail will provide an extremely handy database that research teams can use to search for any connections or related topics found among the letters. Aside from the more functional purposes, the archive allows us to preserve these windows into authentic human encounters with the paranatural world. The letters came to us from various places and times, gathered by the Postal Service as undeliverable. The Bureau is the perfect home for them. I realize not all letters contain accounts of genuine paranatural events, but even the erroneous ones allow us insight into how the unknown is perceived by real people. Of course, I will first compile a system to allow us to analyze the letters for any information or suspected connections to AWEs and other. So thank you again. Can't wait to delve into my dead letters. Keep art well. Do not like. Gun. So these tokens allow us to fast travel.
Communications. We're on the right track.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
Personal mod. Oh, we have personal mods also. Energy recovery, speed, health. A little bit of health is probably good to have. Yeah, we already saw that. This is interesting. That would be what is our objective? No So I don't usually read a lot of sci-fi, but as far as space operas go, this was alright. The title Unless You could refer to a bunch of things in the book, I guess. I thought it was a little vague and stupid. The way the characters kept throwing it around almost like a catchphrase got really annoying fast. The best part of the story was the space battles. I sided with the fixtures, obviously, because they had the coolest tech and the road makes the most sense for me. Honestly, if I had to choose between some hoity-toity flowers in space, space hippies, or badass bunch of warriors who go around devouring planets like cheap sushi on a Sunday, I know who I'm picking. That scene where they invade City Planet and convert the entire population using the brain worms, and that space dogfight between those two ace pilots signed me the fuck up. What kind of ruined the whole thing for me was when my favorite character got killed not even halfway through the story by getting a battery cylinder launched into his face by a gravitational anomaly. I feel like they're making fun of something. I can't quite.
An object of power. It's like the hiss of last shot. We need to cleanse it.
Floppy disk.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
Oh yeah. So this we're getting into some of the really cool stuff. All your weird ass stuff. Particular power is really powerful.
There you are. You were gone. Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss.
Really. You. And to do that, we have our pearl theme. He was throwing grenades. Gonna get a lot more aggressive now.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Yeah, that's right. Pikachu. Pointing it out to us. National news sites have begun publishing the story of a polar bear attacking the Alaskan town. You all know I don't like to boast, but claiming that the family was killed by migrating polar bears, desperate for food, So another AWE behind us, and the public is none the wiser. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can stop monitoring redacted for any off-message